The University of Arkansas Fort Smith took 15 students on a 2-week Maymester to Oaxaca, Mexico. The overall goals of this course is to recognize the diversity of Mexican culture and to live through the culture as well.
Hey, my name's Eden Dean. My major is English, and I'm looking forward to experiencing a new culture. I haven't been out of the country, so this is the first time for anything, so I'm excited for that.
Hi, I'm Josephine Rizzo. My major is elementary education, K through 6, and what I expect on this trip is to not only teach them, but for them to teach me and gain new experiences to bring back for my future kids when I graduate.
It's Espinosa, and I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in business administration, and I'm scared I'm gonna get lost.
Hi, I am Dr. Jennifer Scher, and I am most excited about all of these amazing students seeing this beautiful place that I fell in love with years ago. And I'm most nervous about all the logistics, because so many little things can go wrong, and I'm just trying to make sure everything's smooth.
After starting the day off at 2 a.m. and 2 connecting flights later, we were in the beautiful country of Mexico. Looking out the window, we could already see the towns and the various mountains surrounding them, even after getting off the plane. One of the biggest takeaways is the landscape that was constantly surrounding us. While we have mountains in Arkansas, the view could not compare to the States. We found an appreciation for the nature and history around us. One of the mountains that was behind the orphanage is called La Mujer Dormida, or the Sleeping Lady, as the top of the mountain looks like a lady who was peacefully resting on top of it. Even going into the cities and towns, plants that are native to the country were present everywhere we went. In these pueblos or towns, vendors of all sorts were at every corner. They would sell artisan goods such as clothes, home decoration, tourist collectives, and more. Others would sell food such as traditional Mexican food, ice cream, homegrown fruits and vegetables, drinks, and alcohol. Some vendors even sold their time, like shining and repairing shoes. This is a pretty common practice in the country. Most every pueblo in Mexico will have their name displayed in giant colorful letters in the center of the town. This area usually is called the plaza. One thing that will always give Mexico its special character is the music. The various genres were being played by every corner that we visited. Music was played through a stereo or by a live performer or group performers. Music is not only a form of entertainment, but also considered a celebration. It is typical that after big ceremonies such as weddings, baptism, birthdays, and even funerals, a group of musicians will lead the party out of the ceremony. We got to see this with weddings, baptisms, and unfortunately a funeral as well. You could even tell what the repertoire was designated for based on the tone of the songs. While we did not get to go out in the late evenings, just about every night the plaza will be filled with people relaxing, enjoying some food or treats, and listening to light music to end the day with family and friends. Even doing the most common things like grocery shopping and commuting around the town, there was a difference compared to the States. We even got to cram ourselves into a tiny taxi on our way to Paco's Tacos.
Sí, por favor.
And of course, the tacos were delicious. One could expect what the food would taste like, as Mexican food is very popular in the States. However, the kind of food we would eat for each meal of the day was something to get used to. Most of our breakfast had either a side of beans or was just a typical Mexican dish called arroz con leche that translates to rice with milk, something very uncommon in the US. One of the dishes that Oaxaca is known for is chapulines, which are seasoned crickets. Yes, I said crickets.
3, 2, 1.
Pretty good, right?
Try a real piece.
Try it with the chip, it's good.
While we got to meet a few pet dogs at the orphanage, we encountered stray dogs on the streets, roosters and chickens, goats, and some of us even got to go to the jaguar zoo across the street. During our time there, we stayed at the top level of the guest house, while the bottom level belonged to the workers and their families. The day after we arrived, we were given a tour. They had a large room for dining that also held various events, and a church that held multiple purposes like teaching taekwondo lessons. The kids would share bedrooms inside of a house that included living space, dining space, and backyard. Chores were a major priority for the house parents to show discipline and life skills. The next stop in the tour was the school. It is interesting to see the outdoor structure of the school as it was built with the Mexican heat in mind. The classrooms were split up by every 2 grades. For example, this classroom was the 3rd and 4th grade classroom. It is interesting to see that there is a difference in the learning environments compared to the States. While touring the school, we got to encounter a lesson being taught about fractions and recipes.
Copy down the ingredients for the recipe. We went to the...
Vamos, escribimos. Ahí está. Podemos copiar. ¿Escribo? Sí, así. Ese es el queso que estamos ocupando.
This library became a recent addition to the classroom as they were able to approve funding for the books.
It looks like a nested prayer, I want to say. God provided, and now they have over 2,000 books here.
No.
They're open to all our kids and staff as well.
¿Estamos listas?
Yes, so working with them.
The day of the tour happened to be the same day as Teacher Appreciation Day in Mexico. Students give their teachers small gifts to show their appreciation for their time and effort in the classroom. This teacher, Maestra Mari, received flowers and notes from her students. During our time there, we participated in several service projects around the orphanage. These projects included cleaning around the facilities, setting up and tearing down equipment, painting rooms, miscellaneous projects, and alternating groups would help wash dishes after every meal. The students would set up a fundraiser every week to raise spending money for the convenience store on site or when they go into town. They would sell treats like homemade Mexican ice cream, slushy like popsicles called mangonadas, and more. They would sell these treats for 15 pesos, which is the equivalent of 81 US cents. Not only did we do these service projects, but we got to teach a few lessons that included English, PE, art, and science.
Yeah, I was ready for you. No lo mezcló. ¿Cómo se dice?
Whenever it was recess, some of us would play games in the shade with them, play on the playground, or read books to the kids. A week into our trip, we were asked to participate in a basketball tournament with the other kids, which some of us did, including Dr. Sher. Those who wanted to were able to go to the church services as well. Every morning, they would hold a devotional after breakfast, where they said a quick religious discussion to start the day off. At the end of each night, we would meet up in the living room or outside to discuss the events for the day. Some nights after the meeting, we would play games, whether it was card games or group games that most of us never played before. Majority of the children here come from difficult backgrounds and pasts that most people would never understand, but the people that work here with these kids try their best to understand their struggles.
Muchas veces me veo reflejado en ellos. Así. Porque soy mexicana y nací con una familia humilde. Quizás yo no tuve
que pasar todo esto, pero tengo un trasfondo también. Entonces, puedo entenderlos. Y yo no siento lástima por ellos, quiero apoyarte. Entonces, al estar trabajando con ellos, me siento como esta olla de las fuentes que están derramando de una olla a otra olla, a otra olla, a otra ollita. Así me siento.
Hay un punto en el que sintieron la confianza conmigo y uno, ¿no? Empezó a contarme como qué es lo que le había pasado. Y pues primero es la impotencia de decir cómo es posible, ¿no? Que a un niño le pueda pasar eso. Y después, como lo platica así en el grupo, estamos trabajando, él trabajando, pero hablando, y de repente empieza uno y luego se pone a hablar el otro y el otro y el otro. Entonces, como que entre ellos, esta compartencia, pues está bien porque lo sacan, pero pues no es tan correcto porque pues son temas muy diferentes y muy complejos de cada uno y luego no sabes cómo decirle, sí, pero no me digas. Pero lo difícil es cómo cambiarles o cómo voltearles las cosas, de decirle, bueno, esto te pasó, pero ahora ya estás en un lugar seguro. Esto como que sus vivencias pasadas ellos todavía no logran relacionarlas como porque son el motivo por el que están aquí y que aquí ahora ya están a salvo. ¿Cómo te hace sentir trabajando con los niños y siendo su papá?
Oh, híjoles, es una experiencia muy bonita. Gracias a Dios con ellos empecé a crear un vínculo. Al principio ellos me rechazaban. Al principio ellos marcaban una barrera cuando me intentaba yo acercar a ellos. Pero ahorita el poder ver que ellos se acercan a mí, me piden algunos consejos, es muy grato el poder ser su fuente de apoyo, que ellos también conozcan a Jesús a través de mi servicio. Eso es algo que alegra mucho mi corazón. Y yo tuve como la ausencia de un padre, entonces quiero que estos pequeños pues tengan un buen ejemplo.
¿Qué es la parte más difícil de tu trabajo y estando aquí?
La parte más difícil creo que es enfrentar las historias contadas por los niños. Yo creo que a veces nos sentimos capaces de enseñarle a los niños como maestros en un nivel pues público, en un nivel externo. Pero aquí es la situación más difícil cuando ellos logran abrirse y contarte su historia personal, sus dolores, sus quejas, sus traumas, sus sueños, sus pesadillas. Entonces, no es como que te vuelvas la persona más valiente en ese momento y puedes decirle, vamos, tú puedes, sino son cosas que realmente te quebran, ¿no? Realmente historias que te impactan y que tú dices cómo pueden soportar tanto y cómo pueden ser tan felices estos niños, ¿no?
Estando aquí por tantos años, ¿por qué te quedaste?
Cuando venimos por primera vez hicimos un compromiso por un año, pero como se trata de vidas que tienen un nombre y tienen un apellido, te apegas a ellos. Nosotros nos apegamos a algunos chicos a través de los años que hasta el día de hoy siguen llamándonos, preguntándonos cómo estamos. Algunos de ellos han sido parte de mi familia y los hemos adoptado. Entonces yo tengo 2 hijas de sangre y tengo 2 jóvenes adoptados de palabra porque ya eran como muy grandes para hacer como un papel y que tuvieran mi apellido, pero de palabra los adoptamos. Se llaman Daniel y Fernanda. Y ellos hasta el día de hoy, desde que los cuidamos cuando ellos tenían 13 o 14 años en la casa hogar, hasta el día de hoy siguen unidos a nosotros, aunque ya está una casada, el otro chico está en la universidad, pero todavía nos llama, nos dice mamá, papá, y ese apego es el que me ha hecho permanecer en esta fundación, las conexiones.
Pues para mí, creo que ha sido una bendición al estar en este lugar, porque este, antes de llegar con mis hijos acá, había yo como perdido la esperanza, ¿no? Pero a Dios no lo sorprendo porque Él ya tenía todo, pero como dice la palabra, que dice que ya estaba predestinado. Entonces, él ya lo tenía todo calculado, ¿no? Entonces, al estar con mis hijos ya me hace feliz que este lugar, lo que estoy viviendo, no se va a volver, y no se va a volver a repetir. Entonces, para mí ese es algo más, ¿no? Como un regalo de Dios.
¿Y cómo es viviendo aquí, tus hijos yendo a la escuela aquí y cómo maneja tu vida aquí?
Pues a veces un poquito cansado, ¿no?
Sí.
Pero sí vale la pena, porque yo sé que lo estoy invirtiendo en ellos.
¿Cómo te sientes tú trabajando aquí, sabiendo que muchos niños?
Con los niños me siento muy contenta porque no lo ves como un trabajo, sino como un servicio, ¿no? Y a veces te quedas un poquito más, pero incluso al tiempo no lo sientes porque, no sé, es como confortante, es agradable.
And how do you feel working with the kids and knowing their background stories?
I think it makes me feel very useful because I know I get to be at least a small part of their story and I get to help them in any way that I can.
On our last night, we got to reflect on our time here, thinking of all the things that we've learned and experienced.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mary Lutzy. I'm now an associate professor at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. And the other thing I didn't expect was I came into this trip having talked to several colleagues who said just expect that at least one student was going to get sick. And I did not expect that I and almost 2/3 of all of the students would get sick while on the trip.
Bianca became sick with dengue fever and had to go home early. Luckily, she made a full recovery.
My name is Luke. I'm a business economics major. And before I came on this trip, my Spanish was very, very bad. And I could barely even say a simple phrase like greeting people and answering, "How are you?" And after this trip, I feel like I can have full conversations with people, and my Spanish has just gotten much, much better, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm Sarah. I'm a biochemistry major. After this trip, I feel great. I am a bit tired, but spending time with the kids, making new connections, seeing the different perspectives and culture was really eye-opening. And I'm so grateful to have had this experience to be here and teach the kids some science experiments and to share something that I love with them. And I hope I get to come back.
And just like that, our 2 weeks flew by. We ate breakfast with the kids for the last time and said our goodbyes to them. Hola! Hola! They prepared a song and notes to give to those who touched their hearts along the way. Unexpected tears came from both the kids and us as we were blessed to have had our paths cross. We packed the rest of our belongings into the van and headed back to the airport. Many of us didn't want to go. We wanted to hold on to the warmth that this place and these kids gave us. No one expected to find so much love and care for these kids that we have only met for a little bit, but has felt like a long-lost lifetime. Soon enough, we were back in the States. There was an instant change that can't really be explained when we landed, but whatever that was, I at least hope to feel that change again. It was so wholesome to live so vividly in the world that my parents grew up in, as I and many others on the trip are Mexican-American daughters of immigrants. During sickness and basketball injuries such as sprained ankles and jammed fingers, the laughs and fun times made up for it all. We learned to appreciate the little things like food, shelter, water, air conditioning, and even sprinkles of rain. Before this trip, most of us students were strangers to each other, unaware that they went to the same university as us. But throughout the trip, we created a bond that will always be close and dear to us. Not only have we integrated ourselves with the unique Mexican culture, but we got to find a new perspective on life, big or small. The foundation for his ministry saying is renewing lives one heart at a time. And I believe we can all say that this is true to us. We came on this trip anticipating one thing, but left with a heart so full of love for this place.
Josie speaks Spanish. Josie.
Here we have.
She just has her own little segment. Everybody's like, "When the Josie show coming?"
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Do you study something all the way down? I need milk. I'm gonna get something. This is like 6 in the ¿Cuánto? Adiós. Lo siento. Dejo de oídos. Soy, sí, no. Oh, I don't know.
Careful, Mary.
Botella de...
What
I
you say?
messed it up. I messed it up. I'm trying.
Agua.
Agua.
Botella.
Botella de agua. What's this next one?
Oh my gosh. Who is that?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna chug this thing.
She's like, just a sip.
We have to go to the store. On this parking spot. So listen, I'm from Arkansas.
In the bottom of the barrel.
I live in the deep southern parts of Arkansas, and you know we drive heck out there. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco,
Seis.
seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, rojo.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know this one.
Tenedor. Hey. Tenedor. Like tennis. Tenedor. Yeah. Tennis store. Tenedor.
I don't know this one yet.
Shut up. No. No, shut up.
How do you say this one? I need help.
Cállate.
Cállate? What does that one mean?
Shut up.
Oh.